Hello everybody, welcome to this week's newsletter. I'm Graham Bell. I'm feeling good, although today is budget day, so as a small business I expect to have to, how can I put it, tighten my belt because no doubt the trousers could come down. Yes, I don't know how we expect to grow the economy when they're going to put such hard times for small businesses. Anyway, that's the politics over. As I say, I don't really believe in politics, but I don't like it when things like that happen. But anyway, winter is here. The body warmer, the gilet is on. And yes, it's not been honking down with rain, so that's quite good. But on the subject of weather, the course will be introducing mats. We will be getting them in the next week or so. But in the meantime, see when you're using the practice facilities, the chipping greens, stuff like that, repair your pitch marks, please, because the greens are sodden. So it's quite good to have them still open and still able to use, but remember to repair your pitch marks. I've got wonderful pitch marks in the shop. Pitch mark repairers in the shop. So please just look after the course and try, how can I put it, not to take too much of a divot when you're doing those small chips. You shouldn't really, to be honest. You should just be bruising the turf, if that. Just, if you leave an area when you've been doing some chipping, you shouldn't really be seeing divots for that sort of length of shot, okay? So just brush the turf. And if you're struggling, pop in and see me or the staff and we will give you a little tip to help you, because we are nice. Genuinely, we're nice. So I started doing some of the free fittings that I offered people, and it was delayed a bit for a couple of reasons. But we had David Boomer, the famous David Boomer, in this week. He's been struggling with distance on his driver, and he came in, and yes, I could see quite simply that the distance was an issue. Speed had dropped since the last time I'd seen David, and the biggest thing was the club path was really coming across. It was like a glancing blow to the ball, which was really not getting the ball going anywhere. So what did I do? Sell him a new driver? Absolutely not, because I'm not great at that. That is the last thing that we would do in this sort of situation. So we sorted out the path. We did give him the Titleist GT driver, with the new, hang on, I'm going to grab it. The Denali shaft by Project X. Lighter shaft, lighter profile, a little bit more torque in it. And suddenly his driver speed with the same length of shaft went up 4 miles an hour. Now that is rare. I don't see that an awful lot. So maybe the technology in this shaft is actually doing something. As I say, I don't see massive differences between shafts, but I'll hold my hands up and say I was wrong in this situation. That's why it's constant learning when you're fitting. This shaft gave him more speed, but could we fit him at this moment? No, because his club path, in order for him to get the optimum out of the golf ball, his club path needs to change before he can do that. So in a fitting sense, if you're getting fitted by somebody that's not a golf professional or somebody that has a knowledge of the swing, you're not going to get the best out of it. You're not going to get the improvement that you can. If somebody's just going, right, okay, and it didn't, David said changing the swing, he changed it in like 2 seconds. It doesn't take that much time to change it. But if you're just getting fitted and somebody's fitting you and not really helping you with regards to your swing, it's pointless. You'll get a small increase, if anything. Where I think we could get with David, I could pretty much get him 20 yards by changing his path, maybe another 5 to 10 yards by changing the club or the shaft. So it's important that when you go for a fitting, ask them, are you qualified to give me advice in my swing? Why aren't you? And the number one reason is because they're going to sell you something. And I harp on about this all the time, but would I have got David extra distance with the new shaft? Yes. but not in the realms of what I could do by doing it completely. So ask the person, are you qualified to give me advice? Why are you not giving me advice? And if you are giving me advice, validate it with numbers. I won't say data because I get a bit of abuse for saying data too much. So that's lesson number 1. David's going to go away and work on what I've told him to do. But as I say, the difference he made within a couple of minutes was massive because we used technology to measure it. Somebody standing using their eyes, a little bit like Dame Edna. Nobody's eyes are that good, not even one of Elon Musk's robots. So make sure you understand, ask questions all the time when you're getting fitted and taught, because if you don't, you'll never ever improve to the level that you could improve. So that's lesson number 1, and that was for free. So I know this isn't a radio show, but I just want to give a little mention to a very good friend of mine that's going through a very hard time at the moment. Gary Stewart, a friend of the golf club, a friend of mine, a friend of many. I just want to send all my positive thoughts to you, Gary. You're a legend and a fighter. So, from the pro's heart, all the positive thoughts, buddy. So, that's been a relatively quick newsletter. Informative, I think, but I always think it's informative. Until next week, may the rain stay away and may the temperature not get too low. I don't think that's going to be remembered as a intelligent quote, but it was mine nonetheless. I've been Graham Bell. I've been wibbling to you, but some interesting wibble. Until next time. Salute.